You alright guys, my name is Limited69 and welcome back to my round 6 highlights from the AOR GT3 Elite League on Project Cars, and round 6 is at Monza. Before I get into this video, I've got two hot lap videos that I'll put up. One at Donington, one at Alton Park, so if you want to check those videos out, click the annotations, and if you want to catch up on what's happened in the league previously, links to all previous highlights will be down in the description. But yeah, so Monza, I had to admit I quite enjoyed this. I haven't really liked this track on any racing game, to be honest. Weren't a fan of it on any of the F1 games. Well, that's because it was just corner cut central. But I managed to find a decent setup that I was doing really good lap times with. That hopefully you'll witness one of them now. So yeah, as we come down to the first chicane, I cannot remember the name of it, even though I've just been looking at photos of it. But yeah, it's just, you got to get that braking point nailed, and then you got to make sure you don't carry too much speed and overshoot the first part, because it's all about the exit onto the Curva Grande as we come up to the Roggia chicane. I think that's it, or Della Roggia chicane. Braking point just before the bridge, and turning point, you just want to ride that curve a little bit, but so none of the tyres actually go on the sausage curve bit, and then you can carry quite a bit of the speed through there. As we come up to Lesmo 1, just let the car slide through there, settle, and as soon as it grips up, hit the accelerator up into fourth. Same again through Lesmo 2, you just got to wait a little bit longer as it tightens up on the exit. Lost the rear end a little bit, so I probably lost about half a tenth to a tenth. As we now head towards Ascari, which is pretty much, other than the Lesmos, it's the only real corner-based section of this track. So yeah, basically ride that curve as much as you can without going onto the sausage curves. Hold the speed through the middle part of the Ascari and then just floor it as soon as you can on the exit. Managed to use a few of the tips that Martin Bundle was talking about on Sky F1's coverage of the Monza GP. So yeah, that came in handy. And then yeah, Parabolica is just a case of getting it turned in, wait for the car to grip up, and then power all the way. So yeah, hopefully it's been a good lap. You'll see me sort of veer off to the right a bit as I was too busy looking at the split times down there. And I think the time you're about to see is a 1:45.345, which weren't my personal best. I think my personal best was a 1:45.2, but can't complain. I was really happy with that. But yeah, I qualified third with that time. Second was Leo Bot with a 1:45.305, I think it was, and in first was Res F1 Italian with a mind-blowing 44.9. But yeah, I've got an idea of where I went wrong and how I could have improved the setup a little bit to get more speed out of it, but as I said, I cannot complain. But yeah, so if previous starts have been anything to go by, if I get a good start here, could be on for a race victory. But we get bogged down and we get swamped, and we go from 3rd to 7th in a matter of about what, 150, 200 metres. And now rather than attacking, I'm having to be cautious as I'm totally out of sync and watching the leaders drive away. Now, main thoughts for this bit were I've just got to get back up to the top 2, because if you were to look at qualifying, nobody was on the pace of me, Leo and Reds. So the longer they had out in front on their own, the more chance they had to pull a gap. So yeah, now sitting behind the Scottish duo, Jordan and Troy, and hit Jordan in the social run about this bit, so I was taking it a little bit cautiously. But yeah, so after what was undoubtedly one of the best quali sessions of the season so far for me, to be up there in the competitive end of it as well, yeah, be down in 7th and have to fight my way back up. Should make it a little bit interesting. But yeah, for this race I just went no downforce, same as what I've done for Road America 0-0. Changed the springs and the anti-roll bars and everything to suit this track though, obviously. Lose the rear end through the first bit of Ascari. Lucky there, because that could have ruined my whole race on the first lap. That could have been like the worst first lap ever. But yeah, so yeah, I knew the Aston had the power advantage over the McLaren. I think some people may have been running a little bit too much downforce compared to others. But yeah, as you can see cars sliding through the middle part of that corner and they're losing momentum. I'd sort of picked up in practice, just get the entry sorted and then just use the momentum to force the car out. But you'll see what I mean about the Aston having great straight line speed against McLaren. Look at this, God knows how far back, coming into the first chicane. Throw it down the inside of Jordan, get it stopped on a point, and that's us up to fourth. And now we're chasing the so-called #1 driver of the Aston Martin team, Troy. So yeah, it's been all right so far, but could have been better. Well, I have to admit, I'm sort of happy to not see them pulling away massively from Troy. By them I mean Leo bottom Rez. But yeah, so they're coming into the second chicane now, and Leo must have had a corner cut penalty, which is so easy to do on that chicane, to be honest. Because if you time the first bit wrong, it will just chuck you over the sausage curb on the second part, and then you'll get a corner cut, even though you're bouncing around everywhere. But yeah, Troy's trying to go around the outside of Lesmo too. It was a bit close. Oh, did Leo run him out of room, or? Ooh, not too sure. Be interesting to see what people make of that one. But yeah. So here we go, and you'll see what I mean about this curb. That was bound to happen to me at least once during the race. I just didn't want it to happen there. Because me and Leo were making decent gains on Rez. I think we were both pushing each other to drive even faster, and that was helping us catch him. But yeah. So that's 15 now, halfway through the race. And Leo has got another one, which has helped us. Are we going to jump him? Yep. We'll take that straight up into second place. And now 10-second gap to Rez, which did grow to about 15, but that was just due to silly mistakes and a few corner cut penalties. That's only 4 now. It's coming to Ascari. I don't know why I dropped it down into second. That made me lose the rear end. And yeah. And at this point, it was a dilemma of, do I pit and then possibly have Leo Bot go past, but then I've got a car with no damage, or do I use the gap that I have and just try and maintain a consistent pace? So yeah, I decided to go with maintain the pace, and as you can tell, I'm having to steer quite a bit left to keep the car going in a straight line. And yeah, so braking, well, pretty much driving around this track is becoming quite a pain. As you can see, with 5 laps to go, the gap was 20 seconds on that 26. Then on lap 27, it was 16. Lap 28 went down to 10. Then on lap 29, it went down to 6.5. So yeah, last lap's going to be fun, which we are starting now. So yeah, Leo Bots managed to make up a 25-second gap in 6 or 7 laps, and now it's just a case of having to push it with a car that's broken and keep it on the track. I know I didn't have to worry about losing third place if I lost it, so I had the so I knew I could push it a little bit and not have to worry about losing the podium place, but I weren't going to lose. I was not going to lose the second place. So yeah, like really tiptoeing through the chicanes now. Lesmos are going to be fun. But yeah, I mean, I was quite disappointed with this race. I was expecting to be battling for the win, which annoyingly we could have done if it hadn't have been for such a poor start. Because I reckon if I would have been up there with Leo and Rez from the start of the race, it would have been a little bit different, and I honestly don't think Rez would have got the gap that he did. So, but yeah, I mean, as I said, I can't complain about the result. Second place, which would have been a comfortable second place if it weren't for the crash on lap 24. But yeah, oh well, we'll just have to move on to Sonoma, which should be interesting. Here there's a few people setting 29.5s and like stuff like that, and struggling to get below the 30s. I'm doing consistent low 1 minute 30s, but I don't know, I just can't break that magic barrier that everybody else is getting in on. But yeah, we finished second with Leo, but only half a second behind. I'll tell you what, I was sweating for those last 6-7 laps. And Leo only had the fastest lap by 7 tenths because of the fresh tyres, and surprisingly, my best lap was quicker than Italians. But yeah, it's quite shocking. But as I said, the race felt good, the car felt good, and I just got to hope for better at Sonoma. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the highlights, guys. Sorry it weren't too much of an exciting race. But if you do want to watch racing where there's a bit of action, go check out Round 4 from Japan and also Road America. My name's been The Living Dead 69, and I will catch you next time. Peace!